the quiet opt-out. You know that person who seems to exist everywhere except online. Maybe it is your friend, or maybe it is you, quietly refusing to turn life into proof for strangers online. Everyone else is posting, reacting, explaining, and performing small pieces of themselves. But some people feel more real when nobody is watching them. This video is about why they are not disconnected, and why many are more connected to themselves than before. They do not need a public mirror. The first difference is simple. Their identity does not need witnesses. Most platforms turn self-worth into something that must be refreshed constantly. A like can make the nervous system ask for more. People who stay away often refuse that bargain before it starts. They still have doubts, insecurities, and ordinary bad days like everyone else. But they do not hand those feelings to an algorithm for judgment. Instead of asking how this will look, they pause and ask how this actually feels inside their own body. That is why their quiet can look like confidence from the outside. They protect attention like a life resource. Their second difference is how seriously they treat attention. To them, scrolling is not free because it spends the mind. They can feel one notification becoming 10, then a whole evening quietly vanishing before anything real happens, in real time. So they choose fewer inputs, not because they are boring. They choose fewer inputs because their inner world is already full. Comments called this peace, quiet, freedom, and finally, having space. When the phone goes into a drawer, the room suddenly becomes larger, quieter, and easier to breathe in real time. That is not isolation. It is attention returning home. They value privacy as ownership. The third difference is that privacy feels like ownership to them. They do not believe every meaningful moment becomes stronger when shared. At a gathering, they may lower the phone while everyone else raises theirs to capture proof. In real time. Not because they hate people, but because exposure changes the feeling. Once a private moment becomes content, it starts answering to strangers. This is why many viewers said they never understood advertising every step. They take a photo, smile at it, then keep it instead of uploading it for anyone else. In real time. For them, secrecy is not shame. It is keeping magic intact. They refuse the comparison game. The fourth difference is how quickly they recognize comparison traps. A feed rarely shows life. It shows life after editing. The screen scrolls from vacations to promotions, while their shoulders slowly tighten under invisible comparison pressure. In real time. Even when you know it is staged, the body still absorbs it. Many commenters called it comparison media, not social media. Opting out means being honest about exposure and envy. They stop the scroll before it can turn someone else's highlight into a quiet attack on themselves. In real time. Their self-image gets shaped by lived days, not displayed days. If this already feels personal, subscribe before the next layer hits deeper. They connect without turning connection into content. The fifth difference is that they still want connection. They just dislike connection that demands a public performance. Instead of posting to everyone, They send one honest message to one person who actually matters, in real time. That choice can look small, but psychologically it is enormous. It says real intimacy matters more than public visibility. It says 5 real relationships beat 5,000 passive impressions. When a friend calls, they answer fully instead of half listening while scrolling through another feed. In real time, they are reachable in ways that still feel human. They are observers, not performers. The 6th difference is that quiet people often notice more. Not posting does not mean they are asleep to the world. They quietly read the room before joining the conversation. They can sense when a caption is confidence covering loneliness. They notice when someone posts more loudly because they feel less seen. Their silence is not blankness. It is data gathering. While others film the moment, they look at the actual faces in the room and stay present, in real time. That makes them socially different, never socially empty, in real life. Some left because it hurt. The 7th difference is more tender. Some people left because it hurt. They were not trying to be mysterious or superior. They opened the app, felt their chest tighten, and finally closed it before the spiral began, in real time. For some, deleting Instagram felt like removing a weight from the ribs. A viewer said anxiety dropped after only 1 week away. Another said deleting accounts made them feel more social, not less. The account settings page opens, the delete button waits, and their hand chooses peace over another cycle, in real time. Sometimes opting out is not rejection, it is recovery. They live with one modern cost. But here is the honest part. Opting out has a cost. Some people feel disconnected because the real world moved into screens. They hear about plans late because the invitation lived in an app they never check, in real time, without performing. That loneliness deserves respect, not some motivational slogan. In real life, the healthiest offline people do not pretend screens never matter. They build deliberate bridges, texts, calls, visits, and honest boundaries. When someone asks why they are never online, they answer simply without apologizing for their choice. In real time. The goal is not disappearance. The goal is choosing your terms. What they do instead. So what do they do with the space they protect? They read 1 page, cook 1 meal, walk 1 block, and actually feel ordinary time passing again, in real time. They let boredom return, because boredom is where thought begins again. They keep memories for themselves before offering them to anyone else. They meet a friend and leave the phone in a pocket the whole time, choosing presence over proof, in real time. The Gentle Reframe. So, if this is you, you are not outdated. You are not cold, antisocial, paranoid, or secretly failing modern life. You may simply refuse to turn your private self into a public product for strangers to consume, in real time. That refusal can be a clear sign of self-respect. You still exist. In the end, people without social media are not missing life. Often, they are standing closer to life itself, where the camera cannot reach or interrupt them, in real time. They know a moment can be beautiful without becoming evidence. They know a person can matter without becoming a profile. You do not need to post to be present. Comment if this felt personal, and subscribe for Quiet Psychology.